Or I could be Spider-Man.
Delusional thoughts from Fantasy Island.
Spider them, does whatever spider them can do. What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the engagingly eccentric Dr. Disaster, and Bella Ramsey is no stranger to saying controversial nonsense that makes no sense and gets made fun of relentlessly.
I'm gonna be a dad.
Isn't that cute? But it's wrong!
That is the sort of crap that Bella Ramsey has been spouting and mocked for relentlessly in the wake of The Last of Us Season 2. That season was absolutely ripped to shreds by the audience. On Rotten Tomatoes, this is the score for Season 1, where they leaned on Pedro Pascal to carry the show. They had a respectable 86% audience score, and this is what it looks like when Bella Ramsey had to carry it. The show plummeted down to a pathetic 37%. The truth about how people feel about this actress became glaringly apparent.
You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you.
Don't get me wrong, a large part of the blame for that show dropping off is due to the piss-poor writing, since the second season was based on the much-hated second game. But Bella Ramsey was clearly not able to carry the show alone. People mocked Bella for being impossible to take seriously in an action role, and yet, in an interview with Variety, Bella just made the seemingly serious pitch to Marvel and Disney to be the next Spider-Man.
Are you crazy? Is that your problem?
We just went through this sort of controversy with the casting for The Legend of Zelda. A bunch of tourists wanted to put Hunter Schafer, a trans woman, into the role of Zelda, and they were very, very butthurt when it didn't happen. Bella, who claims to be non-binary, is trying to speak this idea into existence by saying that they would be great for the role.
They? Who in the hell is they? They?
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, I've started uploading some content onto Rumble as well, so make sure you look for Dr. Disaster over there. And don't forget to follow me on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster1. But let's take a look at what was said in this Bella Ramsey interview with Variety.
Or I could be Spider-Man.
Okay, make that pitch right now to Tom Holland. You're out, you're in.
Tom Holland did a great job, though. So I don't know. Maybe they do need to make a new one for me.
How about new?
I could see it. Come on, slinging those webs.
Yeah, something like that.
Is that your favorite superhero?
You know what? Spider-Man was the one with Andrew Garfield. Are there several with him? One of them with him was the first time I'd ever watched a Marvel film, and that was like 3 months ago was the first time that I'd ever seen a Marvel film. And it was Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
And?
Incredible. I loved it.
Okay, so there is a lot to unpack there. First of all, this right here is precisely what is wrong with Hollywood these days. Bella admits to having never seen a Marvel film until just a few months ago, and now Bella thinks that they ought to be given probably the most important role in the entire Marvel universe. The entertainment industry is just chock full of people who aren't really fans of the IPs that they work with, which explains why they don't have any problems with changing things up with things like gender swaps and race swaps and all that sort of thing. There is no fidelity to the source material because everyone in the industry has the same sort of attitude as Bella here, which is just, I don't care about what fans loved about a franchise or what fans expect to see. I just want to bend it all so that it serves my needs. Spider-Man is a role model, though, for little boys everywhere. They love him for his athleticism and his heroism. Imagine how confused they would be, or even the little girls who might like Spider-Man as well. My daughter kind of likes Spider-Man, but imagine how confused all of them would be if Bella's idea came to pass and Spider-Man was no longer Spider-Man, but he instead became Spider-Them. But there's something else to take from this little interview, which has been taking the social media world by storm. You will note that immediately in the interview, Bella says that Tom Holland did a great job in the role of Spider-Man. Now, if Bella had not seen a single Spider-Man film up until watching one of the Garfield movies a few months ago, then this suggests that Bella has since then also seen Tom Holland's movies, enough of them anyway to have come to the conclusion that Tom Holland did a great job. This sure makes it sound like there has been some real homework being done on the subject. It makes it seem like Bella is serious about this role. There have been rumors for a while now that Ramsey was going to be added to the MCU in some capacity, and it would not surprise me at all if this little interview was done in an attempt to test the waters and see what the fan reactions are. Disney and other entertainment companies often do this sort of thing, where they float ideas like this through intermediaries and then gauge public response before making a decision on it. It wouldn't shock me at all if there was a multiverse version of Spider-Man being planned to arrive in some upcoming MCU project, and that they were toying with the idea of using Bella in that role. But in an interesting turn of events, a bit of common sense was just spoken from an unlikely source. The actress Helen Mirren, in her own interview with Variety, weighed in on the controversy about James Bond being potentially cast as a woman. Variety posted this on X. It says here, according to Helen Mirren, the next James Bond has to be a guy. I'm such a feminist, but James Bond has to be a guy. You can't have a woman. It just doesn't work. James Bond has to be James Bond. Otherwise, it becomes something else. Well, hallelujah. It's a miracle. Someone from Hollywood understands that you can't just alter the immutable characteristics of a character without fundamentally changing what that character is. I'm sure she was only intending to say this about James Bond and not necessarily about a character like Spider-Man, but notice how Mirren ties this concept of gender swapping to feminism when she virtually apologizes to the legion of man-hating, screeching harpies out there and saying that she's a feminist, reminding them that she's on their side. Clearly she understands that this idea of swapping the immutable characteristics is a feminist subversion tactic, but James Bond is obviously such a force of pure masculinity that she can't bring herself to think of the character being a woman. Well, that concept certainly extends to more than Bond. The only reason they'd want to put someone like Bella Ramsey into a masculine role like Spider-Man, and even to a lesser extent as a girl boss replacement for Pedro Pascal in the Last of Us TV show, the only reason they do that is to get validation of their fantasy that men and women are virtually identical. But Helen Mirren's quote from this Variety interview is actually pretty damning to that argument. It is a tacit recognition that there are some things that men do that women do not. And as for what they and thems do, well, I'm not sure that anyone knows, and what's more, I don't think most people care. Which is why I would love to see Bella Ramsey actually land this Spider-Man role. The resulting fallout from doing so would be hilarious to behold. But I'm gonna leave it there. Drop your mockery of this human potato person thinking they should be given the role of Spider-Man. Drop that mockery into the comment section below, and we'll talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.